Hey and welcome. I've not said that for a while. I'm Hammeh and we have Overwatch 2 news. Stop the presses. The Overwatch 2 beta has been announced. In this video, I'm going to quickly run over what news has been shared, when, what is coming, and if you've been wondering where I've been for like a year or more due to me not really releasing too many videos, there's a quick bit at the end of this video on that. I will do a longer channel update video soon. Let's get to the news. So in a Twitter announcement and a developer update video that went live not too long ago, Aaron Keller, game director on Overwatch, announced that the Overwatch 2 beta is coming in April. Now, the key details of this video included an apology from the dev team for a lack of communication or quiet on communication and on the frequency of content.
We recognize we haven't communicated well, haven't kept you up to date, and honestly, we've let you down when it comes to delivering Overwatch content. We hear you, and we're committed to more continual updates on all things Overwatch 2.
The reason given for this was that as development focus was shifted to Overwatch 2 as a game, it was then taken away a bit from ongoing updates. Although this is an explanation, I doubt we'll get all of the details on this maybe until far in the future, if at all. But it's interesting to know that one of the key pieces of news is that PvP is going to be decoupled, as it were, from PvE. So those of you looking forward to the Archives PvE co-op style missions, I think we're going to have to wait a bit longer on that. No news was mentioned on that, and given that more of a schedule has been given, both on Twitter and in this dev update video for the rest of the year, it's probably likely that we're not going to hear any news on that for a while. However, here are the main details. Testing is now going to be going live shortly for some friends and family in Blizzard and also some Overwatch League pros ahead of the new season, and the Overwatch 2 beta is going to potentially start with signups available on playoverwatch.com/beta in late April. Here's what's going to be in it. There is going to be a new 5v5, of course, RIP 1 tank. Sojourn as a new hero to try out, 4 new maps there. So we'll have Escort, we'll have Hybrid, a couple of push maps, as well as the new mode Push to try, and of course, with Overwatch 2 5v5 and the tank being more of a bruiser type role, we have hero reworks coming in for Overwatch 2, so we can have a look at Orisa and how she'll work in this new system, as well as Doomfist, Bastion, and Sombra herself. As well as a new ping system. Think of something a little bit like that in Apex Legends with a lot of context. Aaron Keller and Blizzard say this is the most content brought to Overwatch for quite some time, if not since release. So going to be interesting to see how this is all phased out and staggered out during the year. There will be multiple tests during the year, and there will be new maps brought in as well as new heroes apparently. So although this is what the late April test will contain, there may well be more as we go through the year. So an apology from the Blizz dev team, from the Overwatch team, and really, let's focus on the pretty big news. Overwatch 2 is coming. Overwatch 2 is going to be playable. Overwatch 2 is going to be playable for a lucky few, potentially, next month. Very, very exciting. So there we go. That's the news. You can sign up if you head over to the Play Overwatch website, and if you don't get into this test, there will be a bunch of tests throughout the year. Now, a quick little bit on me and where I've been and what my plans will be in general. Now, if this video is hitting your timeline and you're subscribed to me, you're probably wondering where I've been for quite some time and why I randomly threw out a Valorant video a few weeks ago for fun. If you're new to the channel, hi, I'm Hammeh. Lore storytelling, Overwatch and world building, voice acting and theory crafting about story has always been my thing, and that's been my channel for a bunch of years now. For those of you who've been supporting and with my channels pretty much since Overwatch's launch, 2016, 2015 and beyond, you know that I've been a little quieter the last couple of years. I will release a channel update video just chatting in general about what I've been up to and where any content I make might go from here. In terms of the last couple of years, as a very, very quick TLDR, 2020 was a year, the pandemic was a thing. Hold my hands up there. Overwatch lore, of course, has been very quiet until kind of mid last year onwards. When it did start spinning up again with the Cassidy novel, I was reading that and all ready to release a video. The Activision Blizzard scandals and news honestly put me off things for a bit, in a combination with work being really, really busy. I, in late 2020, started a very cool opportunity that I'm actually probably going to be finishing up soon, so I can talk a bit more about that in the channel update coming soon. For now, content plans, well, there's a couple of Tracer comics I need to catch up from. Remember those? The new Blood comics as well, that I want to do comic analysis videos. These are the kind of bread and butter, going really into the depth of the lore and the story with historical context that I believe no one else still does on YouTube in terms of Overwatch. A short story analysis video for the Reaper short story recently, that's going to be coming soon. So in the coming weeks, I'm going to slowly work on getting up to speed with these videos. There's a Diva comic coming. Here's the cover of that. That's going to be coming next week on the 15th of March. We will see where we get to after that. There's a good 5, 6, 7 videos I can make there. They're not all going to be very, very quickly, but I'll get to them in the coming weeks. Going on from there, I've never only been Overwatch news. At points I've done a lot of Overwatch content. I've always enjoyed Overwatch's lore and story, world building focus, and a lot more. And if you've followed the channel for a while, you know that I've talked about pilot weeks, I've had Patreon campaigns, I've made videos on the lore stories and world building of different Blizzard worlds, and indeed other video games worlds in general, before real life, for good reason, took priority for a good chunk of time. So what for the future? Well, I'll get caught up on those lore videos, as I've said, and we will see where we are after that. I will hopefully get access to the Overwatch 2 beta. I say hopefully. There would have been a time in the past where I'd be a shoo-in. Obviously, I've been pretty quiet on videos for a chunk of time. Since last November, on Twitter, it was obvious there was a bunch of NDA creators. I am not in that list, just so you know. That's fair and understandable. As I said, I've been quiet making videos, so people might wonder, in classic YouTube sense, if you don't release a video for a year, are you still alive? But we will see where we get to. I may have some other interesting work and things coming up soon. I want to make videos. As long as there is Overwatch lore and story and cool voice acting and things that are to be covered, I will always cover them here in some way or another. As to what else I may make, that's going to be kind of up to time and me and seeing how I feel, and then seeing what you guys maybe fancy enjoying as well. I can't believe it's been 6, 7 years nearly since sort of Overwatch was announced, 6 years or so plus since Overwatch launched. This is going to be the second phase of Overwatch. Like Soldier 76, I'm not a young man anymore, but I'm not an old one either. And I'm very cognizant that as Cassidy brings the new blood into Overwatch for Overwatch 2, as Zarya is being recruited, Baptiste, Diva, the new comic upcoming as well, and more. I am an older creator of perhaps a different generation, but I still think I've got some lore and story stuff in me with Overwatch that I'd like to do. So I'd like to make Overwatch content. So if you enjoy that, stick around. If you'd like to see new stuff, if there are other games and things that you're enjoying, let me know in the comments what they are as well. There will always be stuff here. How are you doing? It's been a while. Let me know how you're doing in the comments. I hope the last year or longer has not treated you too rough. And I'd love to hear how you're getting on. If you like this video, please throw a like, subscribe, drop a comment in the comments with what you think. Are you excited for the Overwatch 2 beta news? What do you feel? Is it the right time for you? Are you willing to give it another go? Have you not been playing Overwatch for a while? Have you, like me, been playing a bit of Overwatch every now and then and still enjoying it for, honestly, bias aside, the really fun game that it is. There is nothing quite like a little bit of Overwatch. Whenever I come back to it and play it with some friends or solo queue a bit of competitive, I always feel that. Do check out in these playlists all of my Overwatch lore, interactions, voice lines, and storytelling, and much more, including videos, interviews with voice actors, and more, going back throughout all of Overwatch's history. Very, very comprehensive. Cheers for tuning in.